Thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. King Charles of the UK disgraced Buhari impostor. He said that he thought Nigerians are smart and intelligent people, but he was shocked that they have a dullard as a president. He was shocked. He asked him a simple question, and he could not comprehend what he was being asked. He couldn't comprehend it. According to reports, Buhari misunderstood King Charles and burns Nigeria on his way out. Buhari impostor said that the England's King Charles III asked him if he had a home in London, a very simple question, and that he triumphantly declared that he didn't. Buhari then embarked on his boring, familiar, sanctimonious, and congratulation about his modest and fragility, which he has been using to deceive the gullibles and got himself into power in order to launch his Fulanization and Islamic agendas. Even in Nigeria, Buhari impostor said that the only house he has, or those houses he had, were before he got into government. What a big lie. Buhari impostor said that he's not much interested in having assets all over the place, that he feel much freer when he have nothing. What a big lie from the biggest government arm robber. Where did he get money to train all his 10 children in the UK university? Were they living in rented apartments? The answer is no. Where did he get money to be using expensive wristwatches and shoes? Even his son was used a very expensive motorbike. Where did he get the money from? He is the biggest arm robber in the whole of zoo and the history of the zoo. It's only that he's a smart arm robber, very smart. But King Charles obviously wasn't interested in Buhari impostor's possessions or lack thereof. He apparently asked if Buhari impostor had a home in London because of the number of days Buhari spent in London while pretending to be Nigerian president. King Charles was disappointed with Nigerians for allowing a dullard to be their president. Nigerians like to tag Buhari as a medical tourist, but tourists are not infrequent and temporary visitors. King Charles' question to Buhari impostor suggests that he thinks that Buhari impostor is now more than a London tourist, that he is now almost a London resident. Since most residents have homes, King Charles wondered if Buhari had one in London, especially because he's supposed to be the president of a sovereign country. Buhari has houses in London with pseudo-names in order to avoid, being linked with corruption. Buhari is the chief looter in Nigeria. It is not often that presidents of countries spend as much time outside the country they rule as Buhari does. Prince Charles was shocked. The man who in the 1980s told Nigerians to cherish Nigeria because it is the only country they have, unfailingly goes to London for his medical care while Nigerian health sector rots away. As of August last year, Buhari has spent more than 200 days in London on medical trips since becoming president in 2015. They are using all those trips to launder looted money. They are laundering looted money, taking it abroad and stashing it away in foreign banks. That's what he's doing. You know, the tally has increased since then. King Charles knows this. That was why King Charles wondered if Buhari had a home in London. In other words, King Charles was only slyly telling Buhari impostor that London was practically his second home and calling attention to how irresponsible it was for the president of a supposedly sovereign country to spend as much time in London as Buhari does. Everybody knows that he's a dullard. Everybody knows that he's a stooge. He's an impostor. They know that. But because they are protecting their investments in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria, so they tend to look the other side. But that will come to an end. You know, Buhari thought it was an opportunity for his favorite shitiks, self-aggrandizing and self-righteous exhibitionists, and a sneaky dig at people who are prosperous, which his supporters used to mistake as his identification with everyday struggling folks. Buhari is enjoying the looted fund from Nigeria. And that was why he made himself the petroleum minister, to sit on the money. And he has siphoned all the money, borrowed Nigeria into damnation. He has borrowed more than every other leader in Nigeria, in the history of Nigeria. You know, they borrowed until it got to a point. The international community have now refused to lend Nigerian money because they know it will end in the hands of Buhari impostor and his cronies. Buhari's personal philosophy, which essentially revolves around false claim of frugality and righteousness and a corresponding envy for people he perceived as affluent, encapsulated in the calm or the claim that he feels much more freer when he has nothing, is probably responsible for Nigerian downward spiral into the abyss of extreme poverty on his watch. Buhari derives joy from seeing people wrought in abject poverty and deprivation and sorrow and pain. He hates to see opulence, even if it is legitimate, acquired in others. That is why there is an old joke among people close to Buhari that the best way to remain in his good grace is to pretend to be poor, even if you're wealthy. He once fired a personal aide because the aide wore an expensive wristwatch. This is one of the reasons Buhari impostor hates Biafra for no just cause, because he knows that Biafrans are prosperous and hardworking, and they are doing well. Buhari's unease with seeing affluence in others is almost congenital. His nickname as youngster in Daura was Danliti Mugu, meaning the sadist. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. And bye-bye for now. God bless Biafra. Ise.